If you're looking to reduce the time it takes you to perform a Microsoft 365 security assessment from hours or days to just minutes, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to show you a tool that I built that allows you to scale your cybersecurity into popular frameworks like CIS and NIST, while also shifting your focus from the reactive to the preventative. Okay, so getting into it here, you can go to cloudcapsule.io and quickly sign up here. You can run a free assessment on your internal tenant or one of your downstream customers. Just agree to the terms, select your region, and click on Sign In with Microsoft to walk through a single sign-on flow. So when it comes to our security assessments, we're often spending hours going through that initial assessment and the ongoing work to navigate through any changes, any drift, as well as all the changes that come from Microsoft over time. So we've really simplified that here where you can just type in a tenant domain name, click on Start the Assessment. You'll be taken through an admin consent workflow here that allows you to consent to some read permissions we're using to collect hundreds of data points actually from within the tenant. And in seconds here, you actually get all this data start to stream back into the portal. You can see it's really quick. I'm not doing any video editing here. The average tenant that we have within our ecosystem actually completes in under 2 minutes. So getting all this data back, you can interact with it before all the data sets complete. But this first page is more of your executive summary of all the findings here as it relates to mappings to compliance standards like CIS, cyber insurance essentials, and individually looking into some vulnerability information across users, email, devices, and policies. When it comes to baseline management and actual security hardening of our Microsoft tenant, many of us follow SecureScore and leverage that for the top improvement actions. We actually show those within here within Cloud Capsule that you can use to look at. Other of us also have kind of a hardening baseline that we use and implement in every client environment. There's some breakdowns though with those that we can get into, which include the fact that you're only looking at the Microsoft lens, not your holistic cybersecurity, but also there's this constant shift, whether that's Microsoft moving features around, introducing new functionality for security. And we all know that Microsoft's not secure by default. So one of the things that we do in here, we have included a couple of different baselines, but the one I like the most is the mapping to CIS in this particular use case. And the main thing that we're doing here is we're giving you the automated evidence collection and certain times pass fail values for Microsoft security recommendations. And within here, you can actually click in and you can see the why it matters. You can see remediation steps that you can take if it's in a failed state. And you can actually see the evidence that makes up this pass fail value. So in this case, we're looking at CIS Control 1.2 for addressing unauthorized assets. And we're saying you have some stale assets that are on the network, basically, or within Entra or Intune. We can actually list all of that evidence details here for you. So I like mapping to a compliance standard because it does give you a sense of a true north for standardization across your customers. And with the implementation groups, which is what this IG1 through IG3 is indicating, this also gives you a sense of priority in that we want to go ahead and get our tenant up to an IG1 standard and focus on that first. And these are some of the most progressive things that you can do to get it into that state. In the case where there's high end user impact, this is where I get into, I want to overcome that one-click marketing mentality that is often very impactful to our end users. Actually provide you licensing considerations, the end user impact, and even end user notification templates that you can white label as part of a rollout for these policies. Given, we've been through these a lot of times. We know the end user constraints that occur and some of those help desk tickets that hopefully you can avoid. So with Microsoft SecureScore and other third-party tools, they obviously overlook the fact that we're usually not fulfilling all of our security with just first-party Microsoft solutions, often using third-party tools. A great example is leveraging a third-party backup and a third-party tool for security awareness training for your users. So across Cloud Capsule, you can actually click on these controls and you can actually augment them with this attestation and commentation of, whether or not you're using a third-party tool. In this case, we might be saying we're using Acronis, email and file backup, and I'm going to go ahead and say this is a passing value. And obviously you want to take note that this is just a comment. This is just self-attestation that you want to periodically review over time. Once you do fulfill that though, you can have more completeness in your reporting, and you do get that recorded so you can review all the annotations. And this could be from many different users within your organization that are making those mappings. On the baseline side of things, you might also have some of the controls that you fail that you say, hey, this is actually going to be an assumed risk for us at this point in time because we're not ready to go under full device management. We have a lot of remote workers that still need access to BYOD devices. So you might add a comment there, but assumed risk is obviously a more important one where you want to periodically review that maybe on a quarterly or biannual basis and measure if you still want to take on that risk. All of those roll up here into your central reporting. So you can see I have that indicator now for assumed risk, and that derives more completeness here also into the holistic radar chart you have for the CIS controls. On the reporting side, it's extremely important that you have the proper collateral to be able to share this information to develop a continuous improvement plan, whether that's internally or with your customers. So within the platform here in the admin section, we give you the ability to upload your logo, and then you can crop it accordingly to get it to the right dimensions here. And this gives you some leverage here to not only to walk somebody through this platform and have this white labeled, but also to get into the next section that we have here, which is being able to view kind of this executive summary. So within the platform, you have the ability to download this PDF, which captures your branding that is added. And this is more of that high level roll up. This is for your executives, your board members within the organization. And you can actually customize some of this here in the report before you download it, like being able to set your typical client value or even the label that's applied here. You might want to alter that to say this is Microsoft's average and put it here in a lower cent to put yourself in a good light. Or if it's a prospect, you may want to say, hey, our average client's up at a 90 and we want to get you there. And this is what we think we can do for you. So this gives you into some high level metrics here for that top level entity information. It's kind of devoid of the Microsoft lexicon and security speak as much as possible, but it gets into those users you want to see what's in red. What are you going to do to fix it, right? We want that high level roll up that explains the importance really quickly of what we can do here and gets into some relatable information that any consumer can take in versus having, a much more technical report that you're sharing out. This type of report was something that was taking MSPs on average 4 to 6 hours to generate that now you can have in just a couple of minutes here after you run that assessment and add your company branding. Outside of the baseline mappings, we also have these sections here which gets into more of that vulnerability information. And really you can think about this collapsing the 6 or so admin portals from Microsoft, but also giving you the information that you can action off of really quickly that relates to security potential vulnerabilities or concerns you would have, like excessive privileged users, dormant accounts that we give you use for persistence. Users without MFA I'll get to here in a second, but the really cool part is you can click into these and you can actually see data that spans those 6 admin portals in Microsoft, like if they're a risky user, the licensing they have assigned, if they have MFA coverage, within the platform as well, if they've registered for it, the MFA methods that they're leveraging here, devices that they've enrolled. And this is a really unique lens too of being able to see if they're an Entra, Defender, and Intune. So you can kind of see that central lens versus clicking into those 3 admin portals to get that productivity data, like their email usage, the groups that they're part of, and any active alerts from Defender or anything like that that could be applicable to the user. There's obviously tons of data points within here, but a really quick example to show you is we are showing you users that are without MFA. And this is a really unique lens because we're looking at coverage for per user MFA, conditional access, and security defaults, as well as any MFA methods they've registered. So for this user, we can see he's not covered at all. And if I go into my policy section, we're actually showing this unique lens of users being excluded from MFA enforced policies. And if I go down into that, I can actually see both the direct and group exclusions here. And I can see here that this user is actually being excluded in this direct role here, as well as in this temporary travel bucket for the MFA policy we have as a conditional access policy for applying MFA to all users. So again, this is a lot of PowerShell scripting maybe that you've had to do in the past. Also getting into a lot of those lenses we would want to see as part of a holistic security assessment that we pull up there in a couple of minutes of running that assessment and being able to show you this all in this central view without having to traverse those portals. And this spans across all of the different facets of Microsoft, including Exchange, some of the best practices around, your email flow, what we're seeing in the tenant from the attacks, the types of attacks that are going on within the environment. And even clicking into these, you can see some of the checks that we're doing for domain health, for authentication. Do you have your DKIM policy? Has it been rotated recently? Is your DMARC set to quarantine or reject and not none, right? For those, and do you have proper SPF records? This is so simplistic, but it is fundamentally something we see in a lot of customer environments that's just off by default. And it affects not only their security, but also their mail flow and their overall productivity as well too. So we show some of that productivity data like license shared mailboxes over 90% storage. And this goes on and on from the list of activities we're doing, including that posture management, where we want to take a look at your policies. We want to measure them against best practice that is coming down from agencies like CIS to fulfill, the configuration as code, if you will, for what we're doing and looking for within the tenant. And it's just a quick snapshot. So again, you can leverage this platform, and especially more powerful if you are an MSP managing many clients, because you can just traverse around to the different tenants that you would have within your environment and be able to view all of these policies.
Okay guys, that's everything I had for you today. Definitely comment below with any questions you have, but definitely navigate to cloudcapsule.io, link in the description, and run your free assessment today. I'll see you guys next week.